Welcome to this new landing challenge. This landing challenge was added by the latest update for Flight Simulator 2020, which was released a few weeks back. And it's a landing challenge where it's a little bit windy, and as you can see, everything is white, so a lot of snow has fallen. And we're gonna use the Airbus A320 to make the, I would say, hopefully successful landing on runway 26R, if I'm correct. So you can see the poppy lights already burning red, so it means that we need to adjust our altitude.
500.
Let's increase throttling a bit.
400.
And sometimes you want to look from a different side, right? Sometimes it's easier to look from the other angle to make the approach. One of the coolest things is that if you take this one, which is really under the aircraft, you can see how far too high. Whoop. Now we're gonna bump it up too far too much, as you can see. So not so nice for the passengers. And also probably not so nice for a score, right? Because this is the blue square, this was the place where we should land. So let's give it another try to see if we can make the landing a little bit more successful. You can see score was affected. Landing position wasn't that good. Also landing smoothness was not that good. So let's try it again. So here's also an overview, right, of the approach. So the approach is recommended to have a speed of 160 knots, then slow down to 140 knots, and make the landing successfully on a runway 26 right. So let's give it another try. You can see there's some wind, which is pushing the aircraft a bit. And here's the runway already in place. So let's go inside the airplane, right? So
1000.
the airplane is using auto throttle, right? So it's automatically increasing, decreasing throttle, but sometimes you need to adjust it a bit. Also pull back the stick a bit. Because in our first try what we saw is that we were, I would say, already too close to the runway. Too early. Sometimes it's easier to just use your joystick and adjust the view a bit so that you can view the runway a little bit more, I would say, correct. It's like increasing the height of your steer or your seat. So now we're going too high, right? So you can see all the poppy lights turn to white. So we need to decrease our altitude. So probably we need to give it another try and see if we can make it a little bit more successful there also.
500.
Let's see how successful this one is compared to the previous one.
400. 300. 200.
It's far too high, as you can see, because we're bypassing the blue line.
60, 50, 40, 30, 20. Retard.
So I'm gonna retard.
5.
also a bumpy landing again. So we need to, I would say, try it again and see if we can make the landing a little bit more smooth, and also make sure that we're touching the runway a little bit earlier. So let's give it a third try, and after that, if we don't succeed, we probably need to do some more training. So we hit next and we hit restart again. So what was our fault from, let's say, the previous times? That we were too high above the runway. So we should make sure that we are, let's say, a little bit close to the runway, so that we can touch the blue part, which gives us a lot higher score. And that's one of the tricks. So you can see the blue square here. So let's give it another try. So let's first make sure that we're at the correct correct speed. So we're going to hit 150. Can make some smooth adjustments, not too much. You can see that the wind is pushing the airplane. So we're at the 500 mark. Just so one white light. We need to be at the 2 white lights, right? So like this. Then we're at the correct light scope. Now we're a little bit too low, or too high, sorry. So probably this landing will also not be that successful as we hoped it was initially. So not do too much. Simply push back, and then let's see if we can.
50, 40, 30, 20, retard.
Also again, right. Landing was too hard. So back to the drawing table. Probably I need to exercise a little bit more to see if I can make this landing a little bit more smoother than it was the last time. Although there was some improvements over the first 3 tries. But again, need to improve, because you can see that the landing smoothness was not that good. The landing precision was, well, pretty well. Ground roll was also room for improvement. So I hope you liked looking at this video, at how I approach this, I would say, landing challenge. If you liked it, then consider to use the like button. If you've got comments, then use the comments below the video. Also, tips are more than welcome, right? How I can improve this landing experience. If you'd like to see more of these videos, then consider to subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.